Hey, friends. Well, it's been a lovely Thanksgiving. I've had several moments today when it felt like grace or some kind of higher energy arrived to remind me that the root of everything is gratitude. You know, I sometimes talk about Ananda, which is the Advaita Vedanta Hindu mysticism. It's an experience, but it's almost more fundamental than experience. It's like it's a sheath of consciousness, and it's the kind of primary feeling, the primary experience of being, of existing, of being a conscious being, having a conscious interiority. And this is not this is I'm just riffing on that. I have no idea if what I'm saying is in alignment with the Advaita Vedanta perspective on this. But if the most fundamental property, the most fundamental isness of experience is bliss, objectless joy, then doesn't it stand to reason that just inside that sheath there would be something that looks a lot like gratitude for being able to be? This is where, gratitude it's very vogue right now. You are with the times if you're all about gratitude. But of course, whether or not it's in vogue has no bearing on it as a property, as a perspective, or as a posture towards life. But I think the reason why gratitude is in vogue, and the reason why it's, hopefully not just a trend that's going to pass, but it's something that we are gradually waking up to as a fundamental experience of life. I suspect, again, I'm guessing, but I would guess that the reason that that's the case, that we're becoming more and more aware of how vital it is that we live every moment in gratitude, is because gratitude for whatever, right? I like the idea of objectless bliss, Ananda, because it reveals something about the nature of the universe. It's not saying, it's that the experience of objectless joy is not the same as the experience of joy that is the response to experience. joy that is the response to some content, some event happening. It's the response to being in experience at all. It's the nature of being in experience. So today I've sort of been, as you know, on Thanksgiving Day, as I've been nudged by my angels, perhaps, towards a remembrance of gratitude. I sort of like the idea of objectless gratitude. That somehow tickles me as a possibility. Because, of course, I'm grateful for all the amazing things and people and experiences, joys, loves, even the challenges, even the dark stuff I can be grateful for. Sometimes, not always. Other times I don't like the dark stuff and I wish it would go away. But when I've got my wits about me, I'm grateful for the dark stuff too. But objectless gratitude, being grateful for the isness of life, grateful for being able to be. It somehow, in my mind, seems to rub me up against the experience of Ananda, the experience of objectless joy. Because they're pretty similar. And letting myself lean into that, letting myself lean into gratitude as such, and not need to justify my gratitude by hooking it onto things or people or circumstances, feels kind of inspiring to me. Of course, there's also the objects themselves and the people and the relationships and all the things. It's not that those things don't go away by connecting with just the experience of gratitude as such. In fact, I would obviously, kind of think what I'm arguing is that those things would be enhanced. Those things will be enhanced. So that's maybe my revelation for the day. Spent a whole day, and I've had a number of experience of moments today, like I said, where grace descended. If the reason I put it that way is because I was, maybe my mind was going in a certain direction or something, and some frustration was setting in or whatever, you know, the typical daily movement of mind was happening, and I kept, but 2 or 3 times today it was like somebody sounded a gong, and I'm boom, and I was like, gratitude. Like gratitude was reverberating, and it just boom, all of a sudden, switch was flipped. Different state, different perspective. World looks different. People look different. I look different. My life looks different. Everything looks different in an instant. Not necessarily in a dramatic way, but in a way that was, because of the swiftness of the change, it was transformative. And I noticed the juxtaposition. I noticed going from one way of seeing to another way of seeing very quickly. And I think that's what delivered this idea, this insight, that there's such a thing as objectless gratitude. Just like there's objectless joy. Should come here more often. Maybe I should live here. Who knows? What would that be like? But that is where I am today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.